Apex gets its first massive balance patch, and they are giving us absolutely everything that the player base wanted. This is beautiful. So check this out. You've probably seen by the title of this video, Wingman and Peacekeeper are nerfed. But before we get into that, what we're going to do is run over this massive post that has been put onto the Apex Legends subreddit by Jay Fresh, who is the community manager at Respawn, because this is absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot stress how wonderful this is, mainly because they are essentially solving all of the problems that we have faced so far with the game. Now, I'm not going to put these on the screen. It's pretty boring looking at a load of text on the screen, but I will read them off, some of this, as a complete quote, because we need to actually see this or listen to it or know about it in full detail. I can't just sort of ad-lib this stuff. It needs to be out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's beautiful. Okay, all right. So he says, first off, we know you folks are fired up for info on Season 1 and the Battle Pass. We still have work to do to get everything ready for prime time and won't be talking about it just yet. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. He says he wants to set the expectation that there will be lots of things we can't talk about yet. We won't be confirming or revealing any future content or features in the questions. Now, we know about some stuff which is coming out. We know about Watson. We know about Octane. We know about the L-Star. We know about all of this because, well, we've data mined the game files. So we know that there's references to this stuff. We know this stuff is probably going to come out. But we'll probably get confirmation on that very soon. I'm a little bit disappointed we don't have any Season 1 Battle Pass info just yet, but that has to be coming in the next few days because we think that's going to drop on either the 12th or the 13th of March. Okay, so this is the big stuff. This is how they think about live balance at Respawn. And the TLDR for all of this is we make less frequent, better tested, higher impact balance changes in order to minimize the impact on your time spent mastering the game. Now, I like this. I really, really, really like this. And there is a bit to take away from this. And this is what he says. A core philosophy of our development process for Apex Legends is to listen to player feedback, pass through all the data we get from the game, try things, and then playtest them a ton to get them just right, and repeat. The goal is to ship polished, closer to the mark updates than if we got things out rapidly and iterated in the live environment. All right, cool. I really like that. He also says this, our goal is to make less frequent, better tested, higher impact changes in order to minimize the effects on your time spent mastering a particular mechanic, weapon, character, etc. You shouldn't have to read our patch notes every day just to keep up with how characters and weapons work. And I completely agree. You really shouldn't. Now, it's probably a bit rich of me to say that because, well, it means that it's less videos for me to make, right? Now, I come from Overwatch, and I still play Overwatch a lot, but there's a lot of changes in that game that are not really documented by the developers. The patch notes have never been the best for Overwatch. Things will be missed out, and it's not great. So if they were more concise, it's better. It's more accurate for the player base. You know what's going on. However, if there are going to be less frequent updates to the live game of Apex than maybe compared to something like Overwatch, then that should be okay, right? At least we think that should be okay. If that's the direction the guys at Respawn want to take it in, I think it's actually a good direction, so I'm totally cool with that. It does say, with the above philosophy in mind, I wanted to give a quick update on where we stand with the current state of character and weapon balance and provide an early preview of things we're planning to do for Season 1. Okay, cool. So this is where we go into weapon balance. Now, weapon balance is obviously a massive thing in this game. We are going to get onto the hitboxes because they are going to fix those as well, which you could argue might even be a little bit bigger than weapon balance. But there are two weapons in the game that are pretty ridiculous, or are quite powerful. This is the Wingman and the Peacekeeper, and they've straight up nerfed both of these, which is cool. So what they say about this is, overall, we feel the current weapons present solid options for a variety of gameplay styles. We found that the Skull Piercer Wingman has been on the strong end. That was terrible. On the stronger end, but it's designed to be a weapon with a higher skill ceiling. Our adjustments are attempting to move it more into the hand cannon space and away from the full auto D-Eagle. And it actually made me laugh when I read that for the first time, because I've always referred to it as a D-Eagle, because it kind of is. It's not maybe fully auto, but it's a rapid fire D-Eagle with minimal recoil, and you can just absolutely delete people with it. So yeah, it made me laugh that they actually said that. He says, we've also adjusted the rate of fire of the Peacekeeper with the shotgun bolt attachment, so players will have a larger window of vulnerability if they miss their shot. Additionally, the scarcity of energy ammo and a lower number of energy weapons overall has made those weapons difficult to main, so we're increasing energy weapon and ammo availability. Beautiful. Okay, what the hell are the buffs and the nerfs to the weapons, right? So the buffs are basically more energy ammo and more energy weapons. That's it. The nerfs are, well, it's the Wingman. Let's get into it. So Wingman, rate of fire reduced from 3.1 to 2.6 shots per second. This straight up means less shots per second. It means less rate of fire, which is a straight up nerf to this, but that's fine considering how much damage the Wingman does anyway when you're tracking your targets, taking your time, and taking those shots. Skull Piercer headshot damage multiplier has been reduced from 2.5 to 2.25. Now, there is a caveat with this. This is only for the Wingman. The Skull Piercer hop-up still has the same damage multiplier for the longbow as it's always had. This is just specific to the Wingman. So the longbow is still going to be amazingly good with that hop-up. Increased base hip fire spread and decreased the rate at which hip fire spread decays, shrinks back down. So again, this is to counter spamming it, like, at point blank range. I like these changes. I think they're good. They keep the high skill ceiling of the weapon and they make it less of a spammy sort of insta win thing at point blank range. I'm fine about that. Next up is the Peacekeeper. So, Peacekeeper, shotgun bolt rechamber rate has been reduced for the Peacekeeper only. Again, this is a weapon mod, but it only affects the Peacekeeper, or these changes only affect the Peacekeeper. The EV8 and the other shotguns, it's still at the normal rate, okay, of 10, 20, and 25%. However, for the Peacekeeper, level 1, it goes down from 10 to 7.5. Level 2 goes down from 20 to 13. Level 3 goes down from 25 to 16. They've also reduce the availability of the Wingman and the Peacekeeper. So this means you will find less of these weapons on the map. They are less common because they're strong weapons. Again, I'm fine with this. I've already noticed through playing the game, you guys can see in the gameplay footage here, there's a lot of energy ammo just all over the place and energy weapons, and I don't actually get a Peacekeeper. Maybe I got a chance to get a Peacekeeper and I just didn't pick it up, but whatever. Like, it feels different, which is good. So he also touched on why no P2020 or Mozambique buff, and to be honest, he just says like, well, we like the Mozambique memes, which is honestly probably the real answer, because the memes for the Mozambique have done really well for the game. But he basically says that, in all seriousness, the goal is to have a power curve of weapons, so there are bad weapons that you will find, and you'll want to get rid of these weapons for better weapons. I think that's fine. I mean, that's totally fine. Like you can see in the video footage in the background, the Wingman is still a good weapon. You just have to be a little bit more reserved with the thing. Like, you can't spam it as much, but it's still effective. Okay, there's additional patch notes. Now, I'm not going to cover those in this video. I will put a link to that in the video description. However, let's talk about balance and the hitbox feedback. So the TLDR on all of this is our goal is to be able to have characters with different rig sizes, hitboxes, and ability kits, and still each character be roughly equal in power level, with win rate being about the same. So these are the big changes to the hitboxes. So the major balance changes are hitbox size reductions and optimizations for Caustic, Pathfinder, and Gibraltar, the 3 worst heroes in the game because their hitboxes were massive. Now, they're going to better size the hitboxes to match the character's model. However, they do say if there is still a major impact on gameplay after they do this, they may look at putting things in like additional adjustments, and they'll do these in Season 1, but stuff which might be like an innate damage reduction for the hero. So Gibraltar takes less damage because he's just bigger. That's really interesting. So we'll have to wait and see where that actually goes. Now, in terms of minor balance changes, so again, just to quickly recap that again, because honestly, it's a big thing. They are going to fix the sizes of the hitboxes or make them smaller on the large characters. But if it's still a problem, then they might look at other changes to maybe give people like Gibraltar a damage resistance, like that's innate to their class because they're so big, to offset the fact they've got a massive hitbox. So Caustic gets buffed. His traps get buffed. The cooldown is reduced from 25 seconds to 30. The radius is increased by 10%, which is beautiful. And they've removed a 1-second delay on the smoke dealing damage to players. Straight up buff for Caustic. Pathfinder, Insider Knowledge. There are now 12 instead of 10 beacons in the world, which is good because it means there's more for you to find. So it should be easier for Pathfinder to use his passive ability. I like that. Lifeline gets a bit of a nerf because there's no longer a chance to get level 4 items in the care package. I think I've only ever seen this once, to be honest. So I think this was super rare anyway. I think I had 1 legendary chest and that was it. And I've played Lifeline a little bit, so you would have expected to see more, but hey, whatever, that's been taken out. Wraith gets nerfed. Into the Void, cooldown increased from 20 to 25 seconds, and Bangalore also gets nerfed, reduced the movement speed bonus from 30 to 40%. Okay, those are the patch notes, and they are absolutely wonderful, because the 3 big issues we had, Peacekeeper, Wingman, hitboxes are all being looked at, and that is great. This shows you that they are already in tune with their community. They're saying, look, guys, we know what the problems are, and we're going to come out with these changes, and it's going to help. The hitbox one is going to have to be one we monitor, because will it be enough? That's the big question, because Gibraltar is a big lad. He's a big, chunky lad. Same for Caustic, right? They're big lads. You can't give them a small hitbox that's smaller than their physical model, because they'll look silly. But also, they need to be physically big because they're, well, physically big characters. So you can't give them Wraith's hitbox if they look massive, because then if you fire at them, it won't register, if you get what I'm saying. So I think there's still going to be work that needs to be done there, but the fact they're addressing that is absolutely beautiful. More energy ammo and energy weapons, I think, is great. You can see in this gameplay clip, I'm using the Havoc. I'm also get to use the Wingman because I love the Wingman. But you can see, look at that, I'm missing. Quite bad. The recoil recovery is not as good. The spread pattern's worse. It's good, right? But I'm still able to put work down when I take my time and when I aim with the Wingman. So there still is a return there on you just being chill. I think the R301 might be now probably the super go-to weapon. We'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. Also, I'm terrible here at the end of this video clip, the way I rush forward. Yeah, I miss all my shots and then I get down. Thank God I've got an amazing teammate who actually carries me, and then we win the game. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. I'm honestly really happy here. And I feel really positive after reading these patch notes. They seem to be everything that we all wanted. So yeah, let me know what you think about this, guys, in the comments below. I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, leave a comment below, do all of that YouTube stuff. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, which is @Stylosa, and I'm on Instagram, which is @Stylosa. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.